Thunder crashed across the sky. Rain poured down without warning. And 15,000 Catholics stood in an open field, refusing to leave. For many of them, this was not just another Mass. They believed they were witnessing one of the most important moments in modern Catholic history. The scene unfolded on July 1st in Écône, Switzerland. The Society of St. Pius X, or SSPX, was consecrating 4 new bishops without approval from Pope Leo XIV. During the most sacred moment of the Mass, when Catholics believe bread becomes the body of Christ, a loud clap of thunder echoed overhead. The storm quickly intensified. Organizers temporarily stopped the ceremony. Yet the crowd remained. Many prayed the rosary aloud together as rain soaked their clothes. One of those pilgrims was Jim De Piante from North Carolina. De Piante is a longtime member of St. Anthony of Padua Church in Mount Holly, near Charlotte. He traveled to Switzerland with more than a dozen others from the Charlotte area. When the weather finally cleared, the ceremony resumed. Thousands of Catholics knelt in the mud to receive Holy Communion. Just one day later, the Vatican responded. Church authorities declared the SSPX to be in schism after the group proceeded with the consecrations despite repeated warnings from Pope Leo XIV. The decision meant excommunication for the newly consecrated bishops, SSPX priests, and those who formally adhere to the society. For De Piante, the storm became a symbol. "We will weather the storm that we now face just like we weathered the storm yesterday," he said. "Peacefully, calmly, for the love of God." The Vatican stated that the consecrations violated Catholic law because they were carried out without papal approval. According to Rome, the act broke communion with the Catholic Church. The controversy has renewed attention on one of the most unique Catholic communities in the Charlotte region. That community includes Catholics attending diocesan-approved traditional Latin Masses, members of the Charlotte Latin Mass community, worshippers at the SSPX Chapel in Mount Holly, and families who have moved between those groups over the years. For De Piante, this story goes back more than 40 years. He said local Catholics first invited SSPX priests to Charlotte in 1981 because they were unhappy with changes taking place in the church. His own parents helped bring the society to the area. After returning to Charlotte in the early 1990s, he and his wife raised 5 children in the SSPX community. Their children were baptized there. They received First Communion and confirmation there. They were married there. Today, De Piante's grandchildren are being baptized at St. Anthony of Padua. He now serves as music director, leads the men's group, and helps oversee a major building expansion because of rapid growth. "My retirement is devoted to St. Anthony's and to the Society of St. Pius X, he said. The SSPX was founded in 1970 by Archbishop Marcel Lefebvre after the Second Vatican Council. According to Belmont Abbey College professor Matthew Siebert, members believe preserving the traditional Latin Mass is essential for preserving traditional Catholic theology and morality. The society has remained controversial for decades. In 1988, SSPX bishops were consecrated without papal approval, resulting in excommunications that were later lifted. Still, recent popes have maintained that SSPX priests lack full authorization to celebrate Mass. Meanwhile, many Catholics sought the traditional Latin Mass through official church channels. After Pope Benedict XVI expanded access in 2007, the Charlotte Latin Mass community successfully appealed to Rome and secured a weekly Latin Mass at St. and Church. Interest exploded. Soon, traditional Latin Masses were celebrated in as many as 11 to 13 locations across the diocese. But restrictions imposed by Pope Francis in 2021 changed everything. Later, Bishop Peter Juggies announced that Latin Masses would end in the Diocese of Charlotte. His successor, Bishop Michael Martin, implemented that decision. Today, only one approved traditional Latin Mass remains in the diocese, at the Chapel of the Little Flower in Mooresville. Yet interest in traditional worship continues growing. Many younger Catholic families say they are searching for stability, continuity, and authenticity in a rapidly changing world. St. Anthony's reflects that trend. A chapel that once attracted about 150 people now regularly fills 2 overflowing Sunday Masses. For De Piante, the recent consecrations were necessary to secure the future of the society. Without bishops, he argues, there can be no new priests. And without priests, there can be no sacraments. It's like when a beehive loses its queen, he said. Eventually, the hive dies. Despite the Vatican's declaration, De Piante says little will change. "I'm going to wake up tomorrow and do exactly the same thing," he said. And judging by the sudden surge of inquiries received by St. Anthony's after the excommunications, many others may feel exactly the same way.